The petawatt laser is the world's most powerful laser. When it's firing, it fires at more than a quadrillion watts. I didn't know quadrillion was a scientific term. It sounds like something my 4-year-old would say when he describes how many Legos he wants. But the truth of the matter is that it's 1,200 times more powerful than the US energy grid, if you think about that. So what does petawatt laser have to do with VISIE? Bear with me. In 2004, a young PhD optical physicist sets off to the University of Texas in Austin to work on the world's most powerful lasers. One of his jobs, get a class 4 laser through the FDA. The FDA regulates lasers. Seems right. His work leads him to more work in the Sandia National Laboratories, where he studies the melting point of iron at the center of the Earth's core. It's there in Austin that the most Keep Austin Weird story I have encountered takes place. This young physicist teams up with a neuroscientist to start a garage band with a barista in the lobby of UT. It's in these late night jam sessions that the neuroscientist shares his work placing electrodes in kids' brains to study, diagnose, and hopefully one day solve childhood epilepsy. The very condition our physicist suffered from as a kid. It's in that moment that he realizes he can use his talents for good. This is the story of my friend, VISIE founder and CTO Aaron Bernstein. The story of a company founded on scientific innovation, a company solving real problems with real science, science that surgeons are desperate to solve. A year ago, pardon me, I'm getting ahead. VISIE was a 3D scanning company, and it was born in the garage, and we've transitioned to a 3D computer vision and spatial computing company that is creating solutions for robotics, navigation, and AR/VR systems. A year ago, I stood on this stage as advanced scanners, and a lot of people joked with me, Doug, the technology must be good because the branding is terrible. And we could make a lot of jokes about our 1990s clip art decisions on the logo, but I'll tell you that we buckled down. We've made real advancements in the company over the last year, and what we've done is nothing short of remarkable. We are still scanning brains. You know, current technologies can track the skull, but the brain floats and moves during the procedure. In order to get your BCI lead or your deep brain interface into the right place, you want to make sure that you know where the brain is tracking to. In spine, we look here at a spine of a pig in the office with 6 to 8 inches of adipose tissue, and here we catch the side of lamina, and like that, snap a CT into place, creating a superposition, reducing the amount of radiation in a procedure. Where we're most excited is actually our work in orthopedics. We were voluntold to go to anterior hip foundation. Here we catch a quarter-size scan of a femoral head through a very small incision and create a superposition with the preoperative CT. It was in this room that 150 orthopedic surgeons stood up and applauded and then awarded us the Innovation Award for Technologies in Orthopedics and Anterior Hip Foundation. But we didn't stop there. We keep going. Here we look at shoulder. Shoulder is very hard to see the glenoid, right? And the exposure is very challenging. We catch this glenoid, which is roughly this size, and we put something like 14 to 20,000 data points. Easily enough data to create a superposition with the preoperative CT and provide meaningful data to surgeons. We continue to push in knee. In orthopedics, we benchmark against the industry standard. On the right, we see we've taken a trace of a femur, 350 data points. That could take a couple minutes in a procedure. In the same time, on the right, we see a single scan that produces 376,000 data points in a fraction of a second. And that gives us orders of magnitude greater precision. We think about the challenges of working in an OR. Bright lights are hard for white light scanners. So what do? Move off the spectrum. Here we are in ultraviolet air, a UV scan with the same fidelity that we picked up in white light. So continuing to expand our capability as an organization. We moved into handheld embodiments of the scanner, and we are proving out that we are a platform solution that stretches across multiple specialties. When we show our scans to surgeons, they are taken aback. Enabling technologies need to see the patient the same way the surgeons do. They need to understand the tissue and understand its spatial awareness. And we continue to push in that area. And to that end, we built a team of clinical and computer scientists, hardware and software engineers, and Medtech veterans. Of all the things I'm proudest of, it's of this slide and this group. Every day, these individuals show up and push the very edge of what is scientifically possible. And it's an exciting thing. And they're being recognized for their work. Last year, we were accepted to the NVIDIA Inception program. We now have parallel processing capability. And when you think about the level of data that we produce, being able to have these new abilities is really great. Our technology creates a unique data layer that creates actionable intelligence. I don't think we could stand at a conference and not make an AI joke. I'm pretty sure AI doesn't stand for actionable intelligence, but I'll take it. And our point is for us that we want to deliver data that makes real answers and gives surgeons real feedback on how to do their procedure better. Ideas are easy, it's execution that's hard. And we have got to execution. In the last year, we went dark. In August, we turned off our website. We turned off our external projects. We turned off our internal projects. We reset our objectives. We formulated a plan, and in 65 days, we reinvented the company. We hired a powerhouse head of marketing who delivered on a brand that was an embodiment of what we did scientifically and made our mission clear: to make the unseen seen in surgery. It didn't stop there. We went from what we affectionately refer to as the 1950s lunchbox to a scanner that looks like and honestly belongs in an OR. The new design yielded better light handling and functional improvements. We kept going. Here we see our head of engineering delivered on a fully integrated robotic solution with a light 3D scanner as the driver. I'll explain what's going on here. Again, we'll take it back because we're clicking here, but here you see a 3D scanner creating a transformation matrix for a robot. Looking at the surgical field, understanding what it's there, registering all the tissue without pins or arrays, and producing high fidelity data in the procedure. What does that mean? Well, what it means is spatial computing. Here the scanner is given instructions. Go to this position. It looks at the tissue and delivers. Go to another position. In this case, an orthopedic situation where we want to look at the anterior cut plane of the femur, and then into the anterior chamfer of the femur. Here, again, no pins, no arrays, simply using 3D optics to spatially compute where things are. Our work isn't done. Just like those scientists set to work on the petawatt laser that produces the same amount of energy as 1/10 of the sun, we're going to work to deliver on spatial computing for surgical embodiments. We've learned a lot as a company, and we hear a lot that that is impossible. And for others, it may be. We see that science is valuable, and we invented our hardware, a new way of 3D scanning. We see that the challenges of enabling technologies require a platform solution. We see that spatial computing is the future, and the real benefit is for patients and surgeons. We see that the only way to measure ourselves is by executing. VISIE, there's more to see. We invite you to see at visievision.com. Thank you very much.